Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I'm Ariska Ernida Putri. I'm from State Islamic University of Sultan Syarif Kasim Riau, English Education Department, 5th semester C class. In this occasion, I would like to deliver an explanation about the material. This is for fulfill my assignment from Mr. Nwardi, SPD MED, and the subject is Research and Development. Okay, the title of the material is Planning Educational Research. Now, I would like to explain the first point of this material. It is a framework for planning research. A framework for planning research will need to be interpreted differently for different style of research. Nevertheless, it is useful to indicate what those issues might be. These issues can be arranged into four main areas based on Morrison 1993. There are orienting decision, research design and methodology, data analysis, and presenting and reporting the result. The first is orienting decision. Decisions in this field are strategic. They set the general nature of the research, and there are several questions that researchers may need to consider. Example, who wants the research? Who will receive the research, or who is it for? Who are the possible or likely audiences of the research? And then, what powers do the recipients of the research have? And what are the general aims and purpose of the research, and so on. The second is research design and methodology. How to operationalize a research question. The process of operationalization is critical for effective research. Operationalization means specifying a set of operation of behaviors that can be measured, addressed, or manipulated. What is required here is translating a very general research aim or purpose into specific, concrete question to which specific, concrete answer can be given. The process moves from general to the particular, from the abstract to the concrete. Thus, the researchers breaks down each general research purpose of general aim into more specific research purpose and consequence elements. Continue to the process until specific concrete questions have been reached to which specific answer can be provided.
The next is data analysis. The planning of data analysis will need to consider first what needs to be done with the data when they have been collected, how will they be processed and analyzed. Second, how will the result of the analysis be verified, cross-checked, and validated. The third is presenting and reporting the result. Decision here will need to consider 1. How to write up and report the research. 2. When to write up and report the research. 3. How to present the result in tabular and or written out form. 4. How to present the result in nonverbal forms. 5. To whom to report. And 6. How frequently to report. The second point of this material is a planning matrix for research. In planning a piece of research, the rank of questions to be addressed can be set into a matrix. Provide such a matrix in the left-hand column of which are the questions which figure in the four main areas set out so far. There are orientation decision, research design and methodology, data analysis, and presenting and reporting the result. The third point of this material is managing the planning of research. To manage the complexity in planning outlined about a simple four-stage model can be proposed. First, identify the purpose of the research. Second, identify and give priority to the constraints under which the research will take place. 3. Plan the possibilities for the research within these constraints. And 4. Decide the research design. Okay, the last point of this material is a work example. The researcher planned the research as follows. The first is purpose. In the purpose, there are 3 points. The first is to present an overall in-depth picture of the organizational cultures and subcultures, including the prevailing cultures and subcultures within the school. The second is to provide an indication of the strength of the organization cultures. And the third is to make suggestions and recommendations about the organizational cultures of development at the school. The next is research question. There are 6 points about the research question. The first is, what are the major and minor elements of organizational cultures in the school? Second, what are the organizational cultures and subcultures in the school? The third, which subcultures are the most and least prevalent in the school, and in which part of the school are these most and less prevalent? And the fourth, how strong and intense are subcultures in the school? The fifth, what are the cause and effect of the subcultures in the school? And the last is, how can the subcultures be improved in the school? The next is focus. 3 levels of organizational cultures will be examined: underlying values and assumptions, espoused values and enacted behaviors, and artifacts. The next is methodology. In methodology, the order to probe beneath the surface of the school cultures to examine the less overt aspect of the school cultures and subcultures, it is important to combine quantitative and qualitative methodologies for data collection. And the next is instrumentation. The data gathered will the larger perception base and will involve gathering employees' views of the subcultures. Observational data and documentary data will constitute a necessary minimum as follows: questionnaires, semi-structured interview, of observational data, documentary data. And then parameters. The data will be collected on a one-shot basis rather than longitudinally. A multi-method approach will be used for data collection. The next is the stage in the research. There are 5 stages in the research as follows: Stage 1, development and operationalization. Stage 2, instrumentation and the piloting of the instrument. Stage 3, data collection. Stage 4, data analysis and interpretation. And stage 5, reporting. Okay, I think that's all my explanation about the planning educational research. I'm so sorry about all of my mistake, and thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.